Check. Yeah, how we doing? We on? We good. We're recording. We're back. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Good Days Only podcast. Episode number 34. We out here. We still going. I know it's been a couple weeks since the last episode, but we're here now. And that's what matters, all right? That's what matters. Thank you for tuning in. And today we have another episode, another cup of joe, another bag of beans, something new, and a new fun fact or fake for y'all. We got the GDO playlist coming up, and I'm excited. Because we've been busy a little bit, Been busy last couple of weeks, and been trying to do a couple different little projects here and there, and maybe some things I can't quite disclose yet, but right now what I am going to disclose is this caffeine breakdown. Let's get into that right now. Episode number 34. Thank you for tuning in, and this is a great coffee. I'm excited to share this with y'all, and hopefully, spark something in you that'll, maybe you'll reach out to this coffee roaster and check them out. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Episode 34, the caffeine breakdown. Yo, and first off, episode 34, let me get a little sip of this right here. Actually, this water, because I was just eating a little something, It's a little light snack before coming on here, and got something kind of stuck in my throat a little bit. So let me get so I apologize if I'm kind of coughing or clearing the throat a little bit more through this episode, but oh my goodness. Sometimes, you get like a little something stuck in your throat. Like the other day it happened at work when I was eating some almonds and a little bit of the layer, the little crust on the almonds. What is that? The little whatever it's called on the almond. Kind of got just stuck in my throat, and I started having this like coughing attack, and I was like, yo, I gotta leave the room because, with COVID, although cases are, not as crazy as it was just a couple months ago, not as many, but people still, you start coughing and people still looking at you a little bit funny, like, yo, you good? But I'm good, and we're good. All right, so let's get into the caffeine breakdown here. So episode number 34, and actually I got this bag from a subscription that I think I've mentioned before. It's called Bottomless, and it's what they call a usage-based subscription. So you get this coffee bag, right? You get a bag so when you sign up, you get a bag of beans that you choose, and you get this cool little Bottomless scale. You get this scale, and you connect the scale to your Wi-Fi, and the scale has some sort of magical powers or whatever, and an algorithm, and so it weighs the bag as you use it, and it becomes lighter and lighter after each use, right? You take the beans out, you grind them, you do your thing, you get going, you put the bag back on the scale, and when you put the bag back on the scale, it weighs a little bit different, right? It's a little lighter, and so once it gets down to a certain weight, it knows the scale reads with your Wi-Fi, and it hooks up with your account, and it's like, yo, it's time to ship you a new bag of beans. So you get this notification, bada boom, bada bing, and then you get the next bag of beans that shows up at your door just as you're running out of the last bag of beans, and now you got another great cup of joe coming your way, another set of beans that you get to explore. And so another cool thing, the cool thing is a couple cool things. I realize I already said the cool things, but there's more cool things because you get to set what roast type you want to try. So it's a good way to explore, different coffees. Something that maybe it's overwhelming when you go to the store and you're like, oh man, there's all these different choices and I don't know what I want to choose. So there's a dark roast rotation, there's a light roast rotation, they have espresso roast rotation, and so they have over what they say on their website, they got over 500 coffees or something from local roasters. So I mean, never a dull moment. When you get that package, you don't know what it's gonna be. Or maybe you can choose what it's going to be too. If you like really like something and you're like, I want to try that again, you can just have them deliver that again. Or you can, then pause your subscription for a little bit, get a couple more, explore like a specific coffee roaster that you maybe got in the mail recently, and then you can resume the bottomless just using that little scale whenever you want. So you can pause it, restart it. It's pretty dope. And it's just, you can check them out on bottomless.com. And no, this ain't no ad for it, but it's just really dope. It's cool that we've been fortunate to have. But anyways, okay, getting back into this coffee and this roaster. Ooh, delicious. I'm talking about Blossom Coffee Roasters out here in the Pacific Northwest too. Over yonder, across the Puget Sound, across the water, over in Vashon Island. All right, want to share a little piece right here from their story page on their website. Check them out, blossomcoffeeroasters.com. Okay, Blossom was started by Dawn and Pat Loras, or Loraz. Loraas. Those are always tough with the double A's. Probably just Loraz though. Back in 2003, so almost 20 years. And their goal was to provide people with an experience of sweeter, more impactful, and better tasting cups of coffee. So since then, they've been constantly trying new coffees, building and maintaining the relationships with the producers where they get their beans. And they have a little subsection here that they on that same page of their mission, their story, and it says, "Our hope." And I want to read this right here because it resonated with me. They say, "We chose Blossom as our name because we believe that everyone deserves to blossom in this life we live, no matter what they're doing or where they are. We simply hope that wherever or whenever you drink our coffee, whether on your way to the office for work, finishing up schoolwork, or building cabinetry as a contractor, we hope to be helping you blossom in the small way we can. So hone your craft, try new things, and pursue ideas that excite you. Either way, you deserve to blossom." Boom, dude. Come on. Tell me that doesn't just pump you up. That I got a little bit of chills right now. Yeah, I know. Maybe it's a little like people say, oh, that's cliche. Like, oh yeah, try new things, do your thing. But like, dude, when you say that, when you mean it, and so, like me, right, as the consumer of their coffee, that hit home. And I'm like, you right, Blossom. You fucking right. That's what I'm talking about. And reading through their story and their mission, man, the Blossom team, they've been persistent in their just seeking their self-improvement as a company and their practice for nearly 20 years. Almost 2023, it'll be 20 years. They've been out here repping for Vashon Island. After reading that, so I had actually tried one of their beans before, and one of the bags that I had tried, it actually came from this Bottomless thing a while back, several months ago. Didn't talk about it too much on the episode because I think at the time I had a different bag that I was already talking about, and but that was the first time, or one of the first times that really stands out in my mind that I remember tasting the actual flavors and the different flavor profile of those specific beans. I think it was a Yerga Shefi, I want to say, if I recall, but it was like a blueberry flavor profile that they, like, the tasting notes I said, and I was like, dang, dude, it was actually blueberry, which was awesome because it hadn't really happened like that before. And I was like, dang, this is legit, Blossom. So I'm glad that got another bag, came back around to this, And this one here, which bag of beans am I talking about? It's one of their popular blends, and it's called Dark Side of the Moon. Bow. I don't know why I made that sound. It just made me think of some guitar. But solid blend. We got some Ethiopian, some Guatemalan beans. And they say, fast becoming a favorite of restaurants and bakeries as it complements food so well, just dark enough to satisfy dark roast fans, yet none of the carbon flavors that so many dark roasts have. Dark chocolate with a caramel finish. So the tasting notes given, the dark chocolate, there's actually a different, so online, I've noticed this, not just with Blossom, but with a couple different roasters. Online, there's pictures of the bags, when you go online to purchase, and they actually sometimes, it's happened quite often actually, they have different tasting notes on the bags or on the pictures or on their online website. And then when you get the bag, either in stores or you pick it up in the shop or in the cafe, or if it comes through Bottomless and it says something else and you're like, what? I mean, it still is similar enough that you're like, okay, whatever, I'll let it slide. But if you're exploring a bunch of different coffees and a bunch of new coffees, which is what we're all about, right? Good coffee, looking around, trying new things. And I've noticed that, so online, it says dark chocolate, stewed blueberries, whatever that means. But on the bag here, it actually says dark chocolate and dried berry medley. So, I don't know. But either way, the berry, the brightness, the sweetness, the acidity. So let's move on to that. Yes, as Blossom mentions, I'd say this tiptoes in the direction of being dark enough for a dark roast lover. Like your boy, if you've been rocking since way back in the days, episode 1, before starting this and trying to expand my palate, and learning a little bit about coffee here and there over this journey, I was just straight dark roast. Give me a dark roast. Just drink my coffee black. It's going to be smoky. It's going to be thick. It's going to be just, chug that sucker. And for the effects, let me get out the door. But, so it tiptoes that way. And I say tiptoes that way because, after taking a couple more sips of this, it's leaning a little bit more towards that medium roast, bright flavors that you would see with the Ethiopian Guatemalan beans when they're, that light to medium roast. But it's still got a nice, medium to full body. So it's tricky. It's a little bit right there on the cusp, on the line. But if I were to give this a name, I'd probably say more like a medium side of the moon. You know what I'm saying? Instead of that dark. Because it's not dark. It is a little bit with the aromas. You get a little bit of that dark cocoa, maybe. Some caramel, some caramel scent up in there. When you grind those up, that really opens up nicely, actually. So you can smell the beans just solo, like that whole bean. And it gives you a little bit of that. You're like, oh, yeah, okay. These got that double crack, maybe. That 2 crack roast. Because I think that's getting darker, that's getting darker. But then you grind them up and you're like, oh, a little bit of sweetness. Maybe that dark chocolate goes a little bit sweet cocoa on you. And then, so when you pour it over, or hit this one with the French press, actually, because I was French press for time. It came out bomb, though. When I poured out the water over the beans, the aroma changes a little bit again. From that sweet, that cocoa chocolate. And it's more of a bright, like a berry smell. You know what I'm saying? Is so all over the place a little bit. Or maybe my sniffer's just off a little bit too. That might be it. I don't know. But it to me, again, subjective here, It just seemed like it switched up a little bit once I poured the water into the beans, and that coffee bloom, that blossom. Yeah, it just smelled a little bit something like a little bit more in line with like that medium or lighter roast with these beans. But all in all, still delicious flavor. That medium to full body, yum. All right. And yes, it's a little bit darker, but then also a little bit of that lightness. I don't know, in the front of the palate, maybe it's a little bit darker to you, but once it's down the back of the hatch, dude, it's a little bit sweeter. It leaves you a little bit brighter. You get a little tinge, just a little bit of that acidity. So it's an interesting cup of joe, and it just makes you want to go back for another sip. It's awesome. It's awesome. Delicious. All in all, I love this. And I'll purchase this again. I actually want to explore their other popular blend as well, because this one sounded bomb too. This one over here is the let's see. They got some good names. They got the Deja Vu blend. Look at that. Nice. Let me see. What's that? Deja Vu. Deja Vu is a classic example of all things great about coffee, formerly known as Vashon Vienna, washed Colombian and wet hold Sumatra, roasted medium to bring out lots of chocolate flavors and heavenly body. Yum, dude. Yeah, so they got a lot of good stuff coming out of Vashon Island over there in Blossom. And this was the second one that we've tried. I'm forgetting the name of the last one. I don't know why. And I was trying to look it up on their website, and I couldn't quite find which one it was. But I just remember liking it. Like both of them. This one here. The First Light Breakfast Blend. Check this out. First Light Breakfast Blend. Origins of Colombia and Honduras. They got milk chocolate, balanced, juicy, good body. Those tasting notes right there, that alone, you're just like, dang, okay. A milder blend, which has a medium body, full flavor, great with or without milk, and can also be used as a mild but rich espresso offering. So that one's just, bang for your buck. These are a little bit more on the pricey side too, though. So we're talking like 15 plus, $17 for a 12-ounce bag. If you want that 1 pound, closer to 20. So it's fitted into your budget, but I would say go for it. If you're trying to explore a new coffee, Blossom's got you. They got your back. They got some solid coffees coming out of Vashon. And the appearance and packaging here, dude. I'm a sucker for a good logo, for a good packaging, and they got there's a uniformity to all the bags. Sometimes the art is really cool from some roasters, but there's different art for each bag. This one's just nice and uniform all across the board. And they get it, they get it. They got the resealable stand-up zipper pouch, dude. A nice navy blue here is the main color, and they got their logo, the big logo of a flower, maybe a rose. I'm not sure exactly what type of flower, but they got a big bee in the center of said flower here, and they got little bees buzzing around on the sides of the bag here over a tessellation of the Blossom flower logo. Yeah, tessellation. Big word, huh? Big words. Had to look that one up, actually, because I knew there was a term for this thing, and I was like, yo, Zoe, what's the thing? What's the term for this? And we looked it up, and tessellation. Here's the definition for you, because we're all about learning new things, right? Here's another word that you can add to the vocabulary. Definition of tessellation, if you didn't already know it. A pattern of geometrical shapes that fill a 2D space with no gaps and no overlaps, that repeats in all directions. So it's pretty dope. That's a tessellation. That's a tessellation for you. But yeah, all in all, dope appearance and packaging, stand-up zipper pouch, reseal that bag. You could take it on the go, not worry about it spilling over. And they've got solid flavor profile, the just total overall. Yo, check them out. I'm telling you, check them out. Blossom Coffee Roasters.com. And get yourself a bag of beans. Maybe try this dark side of the moon if you're trying to experience exactly what I was experiencing. And let me know if it's a little bit different for you, because it might be. I don't know. No? So, anyways, yes. Great coffee. Solid choice. Love it. Thank you, Blossom. We'll be purchasing again. And you know, let's wrap up the caffeine breakdown and get into some good vibes, some GDO playlists, and get the rest of this going. Good vibes. Up here in the PNW, we're seeing some sunny days more often. It's spring is just around the corner. So, you know, we were out for a little stroll, a little walk with the little fella, hen doggy dog, and the birds are chirping. The days are getting a little longer. The sun is out. Is not as depressing. Commuting into work when it's dark, you know, in the wee hours of the morning, early in the morning, and it's dark, and then you get out of work, and we don't have any windows in the space where I work, and so go into work is dark, come out of work and it's dark still. So like never really seeing sunshine up here for a couple months of the year. But it's cool now. It's cool. You know, we got some clear blue skies. A nice day out here today. And this whole weekend's been really nice. And I think in the forecast, I think it's supposed to keep clearing up like this. And summers in Seattle, if you've ever been out here in Seattle, spring and summers, once it starts getting nice and sunny, man, it's beautiful because the temperature, it's not, well, last year was pretty damn hot. But, for the majority of the summer, it's not like 95 degrees and just like, just unbearable heat like it is in other places sometimes. So like Eastern Washington, like growing up, that's what it was. You get like in the middle of the winter, you get, 4 feet of snow and there's ice on the roads and it's -8 degrees. And in the summertime, you get like the opposite end of that, where it's like 112 degrees on some days. I think what did Seattle hit last year? Seattle hit like 90 something degrees in the last summer, but that which was unheard of. I think there was like a couple records broken here in Seattle. But clear blue skies, and I want to talk a little bit about. I've been talking about this. I know, but. Clear blue skies, beautiful day, out on the slopes with some great friends. Never get tired of being out there on the mountain on a board, and we just had a solid day, open to close yesterday, which was awesome out there at Mount Baker. We did have somebody in our group that took a little tumble, knocked the noggin a little bit, and were shaken up. Yeah, they had to get taken, carted off in the medic tent, but sounds like recovering okay and doing well. Thoughts and prayers, thinking, going out to him. So, yeah, that was pretty scary. But we're keeping this light. It's good. We were just talking about it the other day, that going down the slopes, going down the mountain, is pretty crazy, because like once you get up there, you're like, yo, I'm 6,000 feet up in the air, right? Like what? Like just out of here on top of this mountain, and it's just controlled falling, like all the way down to the bottom of the lifts. Well, the majority of the time it's controlled falling. Sometimes it can become uncontrolled, and that gets scary, when there's when you get going a little bit too fast, you get the speed wobbles and you forget all this to say, stay safe out there if you're out there in the winter sports, but because it can get scary and it does get really real. It gets very real, as we saw yesterday. It gets very real very fast. It's like a blink of an eye. All of a sudden, you're having a great time, and then boom, something happens. And you're like, holy shit, all right. It just wakes you up a little bit, makes you appreciate every other moment a little bit more. What was I talking about? So yeah, control falling, going down the slopes, and it's cool. There's this app that we downloaded. It's called the Snow app. So if you're into winter sports and you're out there skiing, bored, doing your thing, check it out. It's SNOWW, and it tracks your stats up on the hill. So it gets your top speed. You can record, like it records how many runs you go on. You can pause it and restart it. So if you pause for like lunch or a snack or something, you don't have to worry about the stats getting thrown off. And it's really cool because you get to see your improvement over the season or over a couple seasons or whatever, or even over the day. And you get to see, I think it records like calories and stuff like that. So it works well. I think if you have like an Apple Watch and you have like an Apple product or some sort of those smart watches, I don't have those because, as you know, I like I appreciate the old school, just analog watch. It's cool. There's an art to it, like a nice old Italian watch. You imagine somebody working in a shop with their monocle with the zoomed in glass, and they're working with the little baby tiny screwdrivers, just putting those gears in place. That's really cool to me. So I've still not jumped on the getting a smart watch, although I know it tracks really cool stats. And yes, for that, I think I might eventually, but I don't know. Not yet. Haven't done it yet. But I did get my stats tracked on my phone, and the top speed, some light, not bragging here because I know this ain't the fastest in the world, but I was cruising. And sometimes it's crazy because you feel like you're going a lot faster than you really are. So when you see these stats and it's actually like, oh, I was actually going pretty fast, it's kind of cool. It's like validating a little bit. And then your threshold, like, oh, I went that fast before. I'm comfortable doing whatever this speed is that I'm doing. But hit 40 miles per hour on TT. Oh, reliable. That's my board. That's the LibTech, the Orca that I got last year. And she's held up nice, man. You take care of your things, they hold up nice. That's what they say, right? And so got up to 40 miles per hour. That was wild. It's pretty cool looking at that. So we've been out there, man. We've been out there grinding. We've been out several times this season. With a couple of friends now that have joined us. Some of our good friends, Rose and Tyler, came along yesterday. I think it's their second time out there on the slopes, and they're killing it too. Man, it's just a vibe. When you get everybody out there, everybody's just having a great time. And, people go off, do their own thing. There's a little bit of you mess with each other a little bit, skiers versus snowboarders or whatever, but it's all good. It's all in good fun. And we're all out there just enjoying Mother Nature too. You get outside, you do something, you get active, and you feel good towards the end of the day. You're exhausted, you're tired, but all in all, you look back on it and you're just, I don't know. Personally, I can never seem to fully scratch that itch though, Like even today I'm like, yo, if I live like a little bit closer to the mountain, I'm gonna hit that up today, Need to get a season pass, one of those Icon or Epic passes, because that's the way to go. Now that we've gone, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, it would have paid off for itself. But maybe next year, next season, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But one thing that's changed, actually, pretty big change. For anybody that knows me, and has been around me for the last couple years, you know that I've been rocking the same phone for the last several years. I had the iPhone 8, right? And I hadn't upgraded. And the reason being, so my phone was busted. It was broken. It was bad. You could see through my phone, like from one side to the other side. If I wanted to do a FaceTime, I had to hold it reverse with the other camera because the front facing camera didn't really work because that's how bad the screen was. And like, I'm not saying this because I'm proud of how broken it was, but I refused to give it up because it still worked. Everything still worked perfectly other than the camera, right? If I wanted to take a front facing selfie or whatever, it wouldn't work. But everything else was fine. Like the apps worked. It was cool. I mean, sometimes I got a couple little scrapes on the fingers if I was, just messing around on my phone, but finally had to do it because took a final tumble and RIP iPhone 8. It just didn't turn back on. Didn't want to turn back on. So had to retire that one. But I got that new. And you might be able to tell by the picture that I'll post from Blossom Coffee Roasters on the page, on the GDO Instagram page a little bit later. And I've been taking some videos and some pictures and stuff on this new iPhone 13 Pro Max, dude. Came with the HBO for free with the deal, with the what's it called, with the plan, and been really loving it. It's kind of crazy. Just I'm waiting for a case for this one now, and people giving me a hard time because I don't have a case on it, and it's been a couple weeks. But here's the thing: my last one, iPhone 8, had it, bought it, brand new, great, had the full case. Had the, and I think I've talked about this before, but just gonna say it again because I had the case, dude. Had the case, had the screen protector, and something happened where it just fell like out of my pocket. I was trying to, I did one of those where you try to put it in your pocket and you miss your pocket and you let go, and then all of a sudden it falls, or something like that happened, right? Well, something like that happened, and it just hit the perfect little, like, you know how there's a little gap between, if you look at your phone right now and you have a case and a screen protector, you'll still see like a little mini, like a millimeter of just the screen of your phone, right? And that right there in the top left corner, that's where it cracked when I dropped that phone several years ago. That small crack over the years became a bigger and bigger crack, and then, led to the point of you could see through my phone in a certain, if you held it at a certain angle up against the light, you could see through the phone because there was just like a crack on both sides, and you could, anyways, whatever. I got a new phone and it's cool and I'm excited. And, it's just one of those feelings. So you get something new and you're like, oh, this is pretty. This is shiny. This is, it works a lot faster. I did notice that, actually. It was a lot smoother, like transitioning through the apps and stuff. Pretty cool. But anyways, let's move on here. I want to do this recurring segment, but I'm going to take a little sip real quick because you can tell my voice is needing it. So, dude, fun fact or fake, and these are pretty fun to do, and just got to remember that I'm looking this stuff up online too, so I do my best to double check, make sure that 1, 2, 3 places have the same information, and so that it's as accurate as possible. But also, if this is ever taken out of context, how these days how people can just take snippets of podcasts or of any sort of audio, and I just want it to be known that this is a part of the segment, this is a part of the show, and one of these is completely fabricated. So like I made this up. I'm like, but it's just for funsies. Fun fact or fake. And the other one is a real fun fact. So hopefully you learn a little fun facts along the way here, but also kind of puts it's a little brain teaser, You're like, what? Is that true? I don't know. Or is it? Or see, who knows? But here we go. So fun fact or fake. So the first one of these. So if you recall, if you tuned in last episode, there's going to be two different scenarios or things that I'm going to say here. And one of them is a fun fact. It's true, right? From all the stuff that you see online or that I've seen online and that I could verify. And the other one is fake. Okay? So here's the first one. The number 747 in a Boeing 747 plane, aka the jumbo jet, which originated in the city of Seattle, actually, right out here, Boeing, y'all know. So the number 747 in the name Boeing 747 is signifying the top speed of this passenger airplane. Fun fact. Huh? Dude, planes go pretty fast. So 747 miles per hour? Dang. I mean, when I didn't realize that planes were that fast. And I know it seems silly. Like, yeah, I knew like planes are fast, but I was like, I don't know how fast they actually are. It wasn't until we were flying to Hawaii. When I flew to Hawaii for the first time, they had on Hawaiian Airlines, I don't know if they do this on all flights now or international or if you're going extended periods of time, but that was like I think that's the farthest flight that I've ever been on. And, that was the first time I noticed because they had the little screen and it showed your plane flying. First off, terrifying. Just seeing that you're just out over the ocean, literally nothing around you when you look out the window. If you got a window seat and you look out and all you see is blue in every which direction. What? Scary. But, so that was the first time that I noticed how fast it was going because on the screen it had like a little speedometer. It just told you some facts about your flight, like how many hours it's been and how far you have to go. And it said like 500 something miles per hour or something for that specific plane. And I don't know what type of plane it was, but so fun fact or fake. That number 747 in the Boeing 747 is the top speed of the passenger airplane. I don't know. Let's see. What's the next one? The next one, since we were talking about speed, you know what got me on the speed thing was because I was going really fast on my snowboard. And then I was just thinking like speed facts. So that's kind of what led to here. But so the next fun fact or fake, ready? Fun fact or fake. I don't know. The current holder of the outright world land speed record. So land speed record, right? Is the Thrust SSC. What? Driven by the boy Andy Green. A jet-powered car which achieved 763 miles per hour over the distance of 1 mile. 763. If true, if this is the fun fact, and if the other is true, the one about the 747, that means that this car was going faster than an airplane. Or 20 something, 13, 16, white, quick maths, 747, 57 would be 2. So yeah, 16 miles per hour faster than an airplane. That's insane, huh? That's insane. But anyways, fun fact or fake, who knows? Who knows? Who knows out there? And, would you like to know the answer? Well, I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do this. If I'm going to just like cliffhanger, because some people like cliffhangers, some people fucking hate them. But I think it'd be cool because then you can go look it up. But also, I understand. I know. You're tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. So this is what I'm going to do this time. And we're going to announce the answer in the GDO playlist. So let's get into the GDO playlist. And we got a special guest right here in the building for the GDO playlist. All right. So stay tuned and you'll find out the answer for the fun fact or fake. All right. Welcome back. We're here with our special guest at Zesty Zoe B. What's good?
Life's good. What can I say?
Life is good. That's right. Life's
Sunday
good.
fun day.
Sunday fun day. Here we are. And so you were really excited. I could tell. I could see by the look on your face that you wanted to hear about the fun fact or fake. So here it is. Before we get into the GDO playlist, we're going to get into this fun fact or fake. So, fun fact or fake. Remember, there's going to be two different things. Okay.
I'm going to get it this time, by the way.
All right. Yeah. You got it. You didn't get it last time, actually.
I was very confident, too, and it hurt my feelings, I'll be honest.
Well, it didn't. Yeah. Well, it's okay. That's okay. You got a chance to redeem yourself here. Okay. So, fun fact or fake. The number 747 in the Boeing 747, aka the jumbo jet, that originated here in Seattle, right? You know that Boeing, yeah. So that's a fact. We know that. But the number 747, the number 747 is signifying the top speed that the jumbo jet travels through the air. Fun fact or fake. But do you want to hear the second one before you start deciding? Because that's what you did last time, and you made up your mind before you even heard the next thing.
Okay. Yeah.
So, fun fact or fake. Okay. All right. Fun fact or fake. The current holder of the outright world land speed record. So, on land, the speed record is the Thrust SSC, driven by your boy Andy Green in a twin turbofan jet powered car, which achieved 763 miles per hour over a distance of 1 mile. So think about that. If that's true, or if the other one is true, who knows which one's a fun fact or fake. But if one of them is, if they're both true, that means that this guy drove.
Wait, they can both be true?
No.
Oh, okay.
But if they are, because we don't know which one's fun fact, which one's fake. So if it's true, that means that this guy drove this car 16 miles per hour faster than a plane. Isn't that insane? That'd be crazy. So, fun fact or fake. Okay,
well, here's the thing. So you're saying the Boeing 747 that signifies 747 miles per hour is the top speed.
Yeah, that's the
or
speed.
that there's a car that was driven by some dude that went 764.
Yeah, Andy Green drove 763 miles per hour on land in this car. Which one's the fun fact and which one is the fake?
It doesn't even seem possible.
Which one?
The second one. That seems stupid.
What? That this guy drove?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you can drive.
Well, why could you drive a plane 700 miles per hour?
Jets.
Because what?
And you have to maintain a certain
speed
in order to fly.
Well, this guy, it was a twin turbofan jet powered car.
Means.
Well, twin turbofan jet powered car. That's what it means. So what do you think? What do you think? Final answer. Oh shoot!
I feel like I'm just gonna super confident and be wrong again.
And that's okay.
No,
that's okay because then you'll learn, and then I
want to be right. I don't want to learn. Okay. My gut is telling me that the car one is unreasonable.
Okay.
And my intuition has been off lately, so I'm going to say that one's correct.
So dude, okay, so you're saying that the twin turbo Andy Green, the world record for fastest car ever driven on land is 763 miles per hour over the distance of 1 mile. That's what you're saying. Final answer?
Well,
versus 747 is the
so over 1 mile, 764 miles per hour.
Yeah. Why are you doing math for? What are you trying to do math for?
I'm just trying to envision like how fast this was going, like boop. Like
yeah, like in 1 mile it went.
I don't think you know what.
Dude, don't think about it too hard. Just think. What's your answer? No, just what's your answer? Because I think the longer you're thinking, the more that you're psyching yourself out. So go with your gut, like you said, or against your gut, I guess, because your intuition has been wrong a lot recently. So, what do you think? I'm gonna say that was your answer. Is that fine?
Car
is that
is
fair?
The final answer.
Car is the final answer. Well, let me tell you. That is correct. Yes! That's the fun fact. Nice. Give me a high five. That was a good job.
Dude.
Good job.
I should just
You almost didn't
go
say
against
that.
my gut. Turns out I should not trust myself.
So you want to know actually the actual top speed or the actual speed of a Boeing 747?
Yeah.
Is not 747.
Let's go faster, huh?
No, dude. What's even crazier? Yeah, it's slower. Actually, a Boeing 747 actual speed is about 614 miles per hour.
Okay. So why is it called 747?
It just has to do with the class of plane that it's been that was built. So there's like Boeing 300 class, Boeing 400, 500, 600. So like there's different classes of Boeing that are built. And so it's just like I think a way for the manufacturers to actually say like when they were building it, this is the 300 class. Kind of like in cars, there's like a S class and a whatever class, you know? So it's just like the different components that it's comprised of make it a 700 class versus a 600 class versus a whatever class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
And so, good job. And so actually another little tidbit about Andy Green and the fast car.
Yeah.
He got a fast car, goes faster than a jet plane. That's what they, you know.
Is that what Tracy Chapman was singing about?
Tracy Chapman was singing about Andy Green and his twin turbo fan jet powered car. So this is the first supersonic record as it exceeded the sound barrier. Oh. At a Mach 1.016. And this was back in 1997.
Is there a video of this? I'm sure there is.
Maybe, yeah, probably.
I feel like it...
How do they, they just faked it?
I mean...
Maybe.
Jeez.
Yeah, but...
Okay, well, that's cool.
Pretty wild, huh?
Thanks for...
good job.
That was a good confidence boost.
That was a good job on your part. Don't ever doubt yourself. Or I guess do doubt yourself. Sometimes it's good to doubt yourself. Yeah. I don't know.
It's good.
Anyways,
yeah. Okay.
Let's get into the GDO playlist. And
are we recording
I wanted to
video?
Oh yeah. Nah, that's cool. So I wanted to get your input on this because it's only fitting. You had some of this coffee. Mm-hmm. You had the Blossom Coffee Roasters. Yeah. Dark Side of the Moon. Mm-hmm. It's only fitting that we talk a little bit about the artiste, the band, the group that came out with, one of their most popular albums. And, I don't know much about them other than they're like pretty dope and everybody loves them. But
yeah. I have 2 t-shirts of theirs.
Exactly. The band that we're talking about is, most of you probably know. Pink Floyd. Oh, you just put Pink Floyd. Nah, that's cool. Do you want to harmonize Pink Floyd? Okay. Do you want to be the high note or the low note?
Yeah, the higher note.
Why? I can hit that. Ready? What do you want to... Is it going to be dun dun or...
Yeah.
Pink Floyd? All right, ready? Harmonize. 1, 2, 3. Pink Floyd. Dude, are we freaking about to be the next Pink Floyd or what?
Sure. I'll be Pink and you can be Floyd.
I'll be Floyd. I'd like Floyd. You remember that cartoon with the little alien?
No.
Floyd. You remember that?
No.
Am I making that up?
Yes.
That was a cartoon.
I don't know.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, Pink Floyd, aka the what? AKA Sigma 6, aka the Abdabs, aka the Megadeths, aka the T Set, aka the Pink Floyd sound. That's who we're talking about.
Are those just nicknames or are
those
those
are-
previous names that they had?
It says it's just I'm on their wiki page and it says that's AKA. So like there's the background info. I did do a little bit further looking into, and it sounds like the Abdabs. The Abdab is a term. It's a word.
Oh.
Yeah, did you know
Okay.
that?
No.
Abdab, I looked it up. I didn't either. It's a definition: an attack of anxiety, irritation, or delirium.
Well, call me Mrs. Abdab then.
It's a noun. Yeah.
Cool. Okay,
So that's a new word to the vocab.
I will warn you when I'm getting an Abdab.
Yeah. There you go. I think that's a good use of that term. Yeah. So we got a lot of they have several albums. They have like 5 albums or something like
No,
that.
they've got way more than that.
They have like 20 albums. What do you think?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Pink Floyd. Let's see what their discography is. I don't know. They started back in the 60s.
I was
So
looking on Spotify. There was a lot that were before Dark Side of the Moon. Mm-hmm. I was kind of surprised because I didn't really know. I just really know like Dark Side of the Moon, Animals, The Wall, Wish You Were Here. Mm-hmm. Other than those, and then there's one in the 90s. Something Bell, Division Bell.
Division Bell.
Those are the only ones I.
Oh yeah, 94.
94, yeah.
94.
Those are the only ones I'm really familiar with. So I was surprised they do have a lot of albums.
Well, they do have a lot
They're
of albums in it.
still doing stuff. They're still making music.
It looks like 2005. So it sounds like they split for a little bit, came back together, yada yada. Smashed their quarrels. Is that what they say? Over in Europe. In 2005, everybody but Barrett reunited for a one-off performance at the Global Awareness Event, Live 8, whatever that is. Mr. Barrett died in
he's
2006, and Mr. Wright in 2008. So there's a picture online on their page that was taken in 1968, Pink Floyd, January 1968, from the only known photo shoot during the 5 months that all 5 members were together.
Oh,
Yeah, so 5 months they were together. I didn't realize that they were so like on and again, off again, as a
that's
group.
just the rock style lifestyle, love.
Yeah, I guess so. That's true. Especially back in the days, like in the 60s, 70s, when like this was not, people were like, rock, like,
Fueled by drugs and
yeah,
there's
stick
a
it
lot
to the
of
man type shit.
turmoil in society in general. So yeah, definitely.
How well do you know your Pink Floyd? Are you confident that you can name all the OG 5 members?
Oh no, I know Sid Barrett was the founding member.
Okay.
Guitarist and vocals. I know. David Gilmour.
No. Oh yeah. Actually, you're right. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you got 2.
And
2 of 5. Oh, come on, you got it.
Oh yeah, Bobby, Joe, and Kevin.
No,
I don't know the other names.
Nick Mason, Roger Waters, and Richard Wright.
I should have known Roger Waters.
Should've
That was
known.
really stupid of me.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Damn it.
That's okay. Well, their genres, and you and I were talking a little bit about this. So their origins were they originated in London, England, and that was back in '64. They were together 64 to 95, split, did a 2005 show like we just talked about, and then 2012 to 2014 they were together as well. Sounds like. But you were saying something that Sid Barrett, R.I.P. Right? Like he was in an accident or something.
Allegedly did a little bit too much acid and hallucinogenics, and he kind of started to lose his grip on reality. So he was taken out of the band because he was becoming impossible to work with. A lot of the stuff that he was trying to create for the band didn't make sense. He would tell him to play it one way and then later be like, oh, no, it's this way. Just kind of like messing with them a little bit. So
you think he was just being a little stinker?
He might have just been a little stinker, but unfortunately, he was just too hard to work with after a while, and he pretty much went into hiding afterwards, and lived his life in seclusion.
But he's dead.
He died. Yeah,
he did die.
Yep.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, it's a bummer because he's very brilliant. A lot of the early Pink Floyd stuff was, all him. Mm-hmm. Not all him, but like a lot of it was him.
It's crazy too, because you hear this time and time again where like a group like that where they're like super close knit and they're tight and they're like, they break all these records and they're like revolutionizing the sound of whatever type of music that they're in, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then they have this falling apart, and it's like it's inevitable. I feel like when you get certain 4 or 5 people that are together in a band or a group, it's
like Fleetwood Mac. I mean,
excuse me, I'm gonna take a sip of water.
I think they're a classic example of that. Drama happens behind the scenes.
Yeah, everybody wants to be that lead. That's the issue. Everybody wants to be recognized.
Yeah, like it's hard. I don't know. I don't think I could be in a rock band.
To be that supportive role. Dude, rock and roll, you don't think so?
No. I don't think I...
Would you want to be like... What would you want to be the lead? Like the singer? Or would you want to be like the bassist or like a drummer or like a support?
Well,
what do you think it'd be?
I can't play any of those instruments.
But I mean, like hypothetically, if you were in a rock band... like
hypothetically, like a singer or a background singer would be kind of cool.
See? But then you're a little bit of a background singer and then you're like, dude, I want the spotlight. Why am I not to sit there?
It'd be hard to like completely give control over to another person in the band and just be like, oh, yeah, for sure. Let's do it your way.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that, Yeah. I'm like,
so maybe you should just start your own solo career,
I guess.
Sure. So when are you going to start your podcast?
Oh.
No? Come on. You could do it. Okay. Well, so Pink Floyd. Mm-hmm. And what is, let me know what's your, because I mean, so we talked about this before and how music, like a huge shaping or framing of your musical taste comes from when you're a child, right? When you're raised, when you're growing, when you're developing, and then you're introduced to specific styles or certain type of music. And a lot of it has to do with your parents, first off, right? When you're a kid, for most of us, almost all of us, right? That are fortunate to live with parents that, right, that can raise us. So
my dad used to play all sorts of music growing up, and I remember when I was really young. I think he got tired of me listening to Britney Spears and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. He was kind of like, let's get you some real music. So yeah, I was lucky from a young age to be listening to some good bands like The Verve. I used to listen to them a lot. Anya. I think a lot of people my age.
I don't even know who that is. So that's the thing is like what I'm saying. Like I don't know anything really about Pink Floyd other than like Lyle, like would wear the Pink Floyd shirt. Mm-hmm. Shout out to you, Lyle.
Yeah. But so I have a couple shirts with Pink Floyd on them, and I kind of want somebody to be like, oh, why don't you name 5 songs by them? Because I could totally do that.
Ooh, top 5? What is your top 3? Let's do it. What was the top 3?
Give me a sec.
Ooh, dude, you're crumbling under pressure.
No.
So, but that's the thing, though,
because
because like I don't know. Like I could not name "Dark Side of the Moon." Is "Dark Side of the Moon" an actual song? Boom.
Oh,
that's
that's
just the album.
It's just the name of the album.
I don't even know
like
any songs by Pink Floyd.
Okay, so number 1 song.
Yep.
It's a short one, but I like it. Goodbye, Blue Sky.
Goodbye,
it's from
Blue
The Wall.
Sky. From The Wall.
Yeah, it talks about like war. Number 2, Young Lust. I don't remember which album that's on, but I think it's a little later. Mm-hmm. Number 3. This is a weird one, but The Great Gig in the Sky from Dark Side of the Moon, which is my mostly like instrumental, and there's not really any lyrics to it. It's just like, whoa, you know?
Yeah.
But I like it. It's a cool song. It's really cool.
Huh. Were those songs that you liked as a kid, or did you develop that? Did you grow to like them now as you've listened to Pink Floyd more and more over the
Those
years?
have always been like my favorites.
Like when you first heard them, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Something about them.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Because like I said, like I don't know anything. Like I was raised on Vicente Fernandez, Chalino Sanchez, like Los Tucanes de Tijuana, like all that stuff, right? And so it's cool. But also it's like I feel a little bit silly when people are like, you don't know Pink Floyd? And I'm like, no, I don't know Pink Floyd, dude. What do you like? What Mexicans know Pink Floyd? Like, I mean, I'm sure now it's more so, but if your parents are like if you're first generation, like your parents are immigrants into the country, like they listen to like, you know, some Mexican ass stuff. But anyways, so top 3 songs, there you got them from Zesty Zoe B. We're going to be putting some Pink Floyd, that psychedelic rock. That's what it's called. Yep. 93.5 psychedelic rock. I think I'd have a good rock radio station voice. Sure. You know, I can kind of get the little grumbly. So we're going to do some Dark Side of the Moon, some of their other hits that they've accumulated over the years. And because they had they sold over 250 million records or something by 2013. Yeah. Something crazy like that. So that's like pretty major. So dope. Pushing the envelope. Pink Floyd. Shout out to all them and all the members and all the past members, and R.I.P. to the young souls that were taken. Were they young? Probably, maybe. I don't know.
Not sure.
When they were, but
I don't think they're terribly young.
Yeah, they don't look that young in this picture. One of them has a cool mustache.
Yeah.
They all have wacky hair though. Their hair is whack, but it's from 1968, so.
Oh, that's
that's just the style. That was just
wee lads.
These are wee lads. Cool, man. Well, I'm excited, and I'm excited to explore these albums with you, so that we can combine that playlist.
It'll be a good playlist.
And shout out to Bill for putting you on the Pink Floyd train back in the days when you were we last.
And for giving me life. Thank you.
And for giving me life. Okay, well that's it right here. Good job on that fun fact or fake. That's cool.
Thank you.
Good job. Yeah, so you're 1 for 2 now. We got to keep this train going then.
Okay.
The other thing, so anything else you wanted to send the people off with before we wrap this up?
Remember next Sunday, the 13th, we're going to be springing forward.
You're right. Damn. Yeah. And daylight savings.
It's going to suck for like a week, but then we'll be okay. And it just means we're one step closer to summer. So
summertime.
Let's all just
and the living's easy.
Keep that in mind.
Let's go.
But I do think we should get rid of daylight savings, and I think it's kind of silly. But anyways,
we should start a petition.
Mwah.
All right. Until next time, TTYL. Thank you for tuning in. Mwah. Dude, now it looks like I copied you because you did it first.